And we are live. First interview of the day. I have the big guy here from Prasaga, the EVP of product, which everybody's very interested in for Prasaga, Rich Phillips. I caught him before he went on to his day. They have a nice setup right next to us here. You'll be doing
we'll be doing interviews throughout the day, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly, and meetings and everything else. Talk to my friend Salim. Salim is interested, which is very exciting. He has invested in over 16 different companies, or is invested in them right now. He's a big guy, mover shaker. He doesn't have a fund behind him. He plays with all his own money, and he's interested in Prasaga. So, as you guys know, I've mentioned them quite a bit. In the weeks coming up to this, we met at Money 2020 with Jay Moore. I've known Jay for years, and we started to put some of this collaboration together. So, when somebody, and you kind of have a pretty good name, right? I mean, people, when you say, oh, I'm working with Prasaga, they go, okay, Prasaga, yeah, all right. So tell me, maybe give me like the 30-second or 1 minute elevator pitch. What is Prasaga?
So Prasaga is a new tier 1 blockchain that we're bringing to the market. We've been working on this for the past, first white paper went out in 2017. So we've been going at this a little while now. We're really trying to change the nature of the blockchain and direct it toward a very industrial offering tied in with smart assets and smart cities and the IoT play that we've been known for and some of the other startups that the guys have worked with. This is absolutely what we're trying to bring to the market here. We wanted to go tier 1 because, in our opinion, some of the more established ones, they have issues that don't allow us to scale and achieve what we wanted to achieve to meet the needs of the smart cities type of play. So we kind of decided, well, we just need to build a new chain. So that's what we're working on. We're looking back end of this year for having a test net in place, mainnet kind of more next year time frame, and all the other fun stuff that goes with it. There is a coin associated with it, of course. More to come on that as we get the information released.
Well, it is totally awesome, and there's all kinds of stuff, of course, that they're talking SagaCon and this and that. There's a lot of stuff going with it, and there's a couple of things that I would like to key in on the whole thing. One is, as I mentioned, I've known Jay for a long time. Met him at the Kentucky Derby years ago, and it's initially kind of started out as a smart city company, but as they were looking at things, there wasn't really a scalable blockchain that would work.
This is it. When we were looking at the technology that was already pre-established, what we didn't find was the one which was the obvious choice. I mean, you look at a Ethereum base, it can do some things, but other things it just didn't meet the needs of. Likewise, if you went down a Bitcoin or the other type of approaches, right? So this is why we went down the approach of having to create our own chain to address those issues and to give us the scalability, plus looking at building this Saga OS. So we're building this operating system that natively resides on the blockchain, on our blockchain, that allows developers to create an object-oriented approach to the assets they have in their organization. If you're building vehicles, for example, I can now describe the entire hierarchy of a vehicle build on the blockchain natively, with all of the certificates that go alongside that, all of the audit trail that goes alongside that. The power is going to be immense. There are existing players that do parts of this picture. This is going to be the complete end-to-end picture. With a global namespace that's going to enable a truly global marketplace.
Yes, well, it is interesting. Michael Holdman, I've known for a while as well. He's the CEO. He will be in here tomorrow, as well as Jay Moore, who I've mentioned now a couple of times. But it's the vision of these people, and I mean, I think it's Jay's baby, right, that has put this out there. And it's the experience of seeing the big picture and understanding how a large corporation works and how something like this works. And part of that is these incubators is kind of what I call them. We call them collaboratives. Call them what you want, that we are establishing in different places. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of the key things here is obviously, we're going to be a new tier 1. Most people are going to be a little afraid of a new tier 1 coming to market without necessarily established credentials behind it. So by having these collaboration points where we can bring people to us, get people hands-on with the technology, we're going to be open sourcing the capabilities that we have here. So it is absolutely critical to get the developers in, get the industrials and the clients on board so they can play with this stuff, and build on top of it, and that will allow us to scale. One of the reasons we're doing it regionalized is because we're not going to demand a certain way of doing things. what works in the US will not necessarily work in the Middle East or in China or anywhere else. So we want to make sure that we have regional accessibility for the individuals in region to be able to develop the way they see the picture, not the way we force.
It's fantastic. And so now you're based in Paris.
I am.
How is that?
It's an interesting ride, absolutely.
How long have you been there?
I've been there 6 years now.
Oh, wow.
Before which I'm rotating around different locations of the globe with my different roles. But yeah, Paris is home for now.
And is this your first working with a blockchain? Or
This is. So yeah, when I jumped out of my previous corporate life, I knew Michael from a few years back. We met when I was in California. And he saw that I sort of switched out of my corporate role. He instantly got in touch and said, hey, if you're available, we've got this new thing called Prasaga. We'd love to come on board. So I immediately said yes.
Yeah.
I've been sort of advising them on in the industrial culture and mindset for the last couple of years. And now having the opportunity to come on board as the EVP product really allows me to bridge between their technology and kind of what our clients and the customer base really want to see.
Well, it's so important, and I know as we walked in this morning and went through our pleasantries, I said, okay, give me the elevator pitch. But it's so important because it's such a vast project that it's almost like everybody has their. We're doing this on the blockchain, we're doing this, and we're building the whole thing. Okay, it's think Ethereum except times. 2x or 5x or something like that.
The scale here is truly sort of incredible, and theoretically, assuming everything works and all the picture all comes together as we're looking at it to be, this is going to change the way we see blockchain in the world. We're going to be changing the quality of life and the way people go about their daily business, and that's not just a sort of a monetary thing for us. It's a purely sort of this little project that we're going to have impact, and that's why we're all really energized about it.
Well, fantastic. I know also the NFTs, as you know, are the big thing. We'll be able to build NFTs on the Prasaga chain. All these types of things. That's what we're building. Something that, and you talked about the OS, the operating system. All right. So think about your operating system on your computer. That's what we're building for the blockchain to be able to deploy your different assets on there. Something we talk about is smart assets instead of smart contracts. So putting the assets on the blockchain in a way that in that operating system is functional for companies so that they can really move forward into the blockchain, which they all want to do.
And it's contextually aware to their situation. So they no longer have to think about the blockchain, they think about the way their industry works and implement it directly through our OS.
Yeah. Well, that's absolutely fantastic. And I don't think I mentioned we're at the Agora Global Blockchain Congress. They pulled everybody in there. I don't know if Gordon is the MC. He probably is. He definitely used his big man voice to pull everybody in there. Of course, he was just in the Ukraine with my brother David, who's my right-hand man and confidant and all that stuff behind the camera, as he always is, working it. And I think we'll be also in New York City. And also Prasaga will definitely be in New York City in June for the next NFT NYC. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Jody Rich done a fantastic job. Can't even believe what a super success that is. We're going to be really happy to be a part of it. So what's your plan? How long are you in town? Where do you go from here?
So I'll be in town through back end of Wednesday. They're definitely here on site for the next couple of days. We've got a few events that we're obviously sponsoring, so we were a sponsor of this particular event. We also have some dinner and some after-show parties in the next couple of days coming up. We're just here and available. So if anybody wants to reach out and have a conversation, come find us.
Here at the Sofitel Obelisk. Don't mess it up like we did last night and go downtown. There's apparently 4 Sofitels in Dubai. I figured out last night. So don't mess that up. But we're here. Come on by. Stop by. It's Prasaga.com. Any final thoughts?
The smart contract is dead. Long live smart assets.
Rich, thanks so much for coming on. We'll see you soon.